quite touched through and through. It's wonderful to be recognized by the country that I love, that I've embraced since birth, and that I will never leave.
Welcome to the residence of the Governor General of Canada. We are here for another investiture of the Order of Canada. We will be interviewing Dan Aykroyd, Gordon Pinsent, Carol Shields, amongst other notable Canadians. Join us for the next while.
Distinguished guests, distingués invités, mesdames et messieurs, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of their excellencies, I would like to welcome you to Rideau Hall this afternoon and to this very special investiture ceremony of the Order of Canada. J'aimerais commencer cette cérémonie toute spéciale cet après-midi en invitant Son Excellence à nous adresser la parole. Mesdames et messieurs, ladies and gentlemen, His Excellency the Governor General of Canada, Son Excellence le Gouverneur Général du Canada.
You, the recipients of the Order of Canada, récipiendaires de l'Ordre du Canada, Your Honor, Lieutenant Governor of Manitoba, members of the Senate, Chief Justice, members of the clergy, distingués invités, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. Today we have a large graduation class, larger than usual, so we'll keep my speeches short. Today we honor 50 Canadians who have made outstanding contributions to our nation. May I thank you for the inspiration you bring your fellow citizens. The Order of Canada is our highest civilian honor. It affirms the fundamental values of this nation: compassion, creativity, generosity, the commitment to excellence, and the tradition of sharing. Je suis émerveillé, comme je le suis toujours, lors de ces cérémonies, par la richesse et l'éventail de talents que compte notre pays. Vous venez de milieux différents. Certains d'entre vous nous ont fait rire. D'autres ont raconté par la magie du film, de la danse, de la peinture, du théâtre et des mots qui relatent l'essentiel de ce que signifie être Canadien. Vous avez guéri des malades. Vous vous êtes illustrés comme pionnier de la recherche médicale et scientifique. Vous avez travaillé inlassablement à fournir une aide humanitaire à travers le monde. On trouve parmi vous des éducateurs, des chefs d'entreprise, des bénévoles, des militants, un économiste, un statisticien, un leader inuit et un tromboniste. Vous avez tous aidé à construire cette nation qui est la nôtre. You have helped build this nation through your dedication to excellence and your determination to make your community and your world a better place. In a moment, I will present each of you with the insignia of the Order of Canada. But before that happens, I would like to acknowledge the thousands and thousands of Canadians who were nation builders in their time. Canada is often said to be a young country, but it is, in fact, one of the most enduring and peaceful democracies on earth. and this is no accident. This nation has been built by people strong enough to embrace diversity, to learn from the traditions of others, and to build bridges between cultures. Our compassion and generosity unites us far more than our differences divide us. And this is our shared legacy. And you, whom we honor today, have built on this legacy. In your lives and in your life's work, you have, in the words of the Order, helped to make Canada a better country. Thank you. Merci beaucoup.
Merci, Excellence. To receive the insignia of Member of the Order of Canada, récipiendaire de l'insigne de membre de l'Ordre du Canada. Michael M. Ames. He is an internationally known scholar, researcher, and author in the fields of anthropology and museology. Longtime director of the Museum of Anthropology at the University of British Columbia, he initiated one of the first consultations with the Aboriginal community concerning the appropriate handling of First Nations artifacts. He believes the challenge facing museums is to help people to understand, appreciate, and rejoice in the growing cultural diversity of the world around us. He has embraced that challenge with enthusiasm and encouraged others to do the same. Dr. Ames. Monique Arsenault. Elle est le modèle idéal de la femme d'affaires compétente et efficace. Sa présence au sein de l'entreprise qu'elle et son époux ont fondée est de toute évidence une des causes principales de leur succès. Malgré un emploi du temps très chargé, c'est avec beaucoup de générosité qu'elle appuie les divers organismes qui sollicitent sa collaboration. La Fondation des Enfants d'Amour et la Fondation et la Fondation de la Maison Michel Sarrazin sont les organisations qu'elle a choisi d'aider en y apportant non seulement une aide financière, mais en y consacrant du temps. Madame Arsenault. Daniel Edward Ackroyd. From his roots in the Second City Comedy Troupe to his role as one of the original Blues Brothers, he has become an entertainer of international stature. The stage, screen, and television characters he has created have brought laughter to audiences around the world, and his celebrity status has contributed to the success of many fundraising events in Canada. His alma mater, Carleton University in Ottawa, as well as arts, health, and youth programs in Kingston, have benefited from his involvement. Mr. Ackroyd.
It's really what I do for a living is honestly pretty easy compared to, what some of the other recipients here have done in their accomplishments. Let's put it into perspective. I'm just a fortunate working actor. The real heroes are our RCAF personnel overseas, firemen, police, soldiers, people who put their their lives on the line. Teachers, those are the real heroes in society.
Unfortunately, Francois Barbeau is not able to be here today. Alex Paul Barris. Through his multifaceted career in Canadian mass communications, he has fostered the industry's evolution and growth. As a journalist, writer, radio and television host, and as an active member of the Alliance of Canadian Television and Radio Artists, he has nurtured Indigenous talent and programming. The Barris Beat, Front Page Challenge, and The Juliet Show became springboards for young talent and proved the viability of Canadian content. A champion of a number of causes pertinent to the entertainment industry, he is also active within the communities of Agincourt and Scarborough, where he has made a far-reaching and sustained voluntary contribution. Mr. Barris. Mimi M. Belmonte. President of the Diabetic Children's Foundation and a pediatrician at the Montreal Children's Hospital, she has devoted her life to the care of children with diabetes. Longtime professor of pediatrics at McGill University, she is the author of numerous books and articles on cystic fibrosis and diabetes, most notably a handbook for patients and their families. She is a founding member of Camp Carawanis for Diabetic Children, where she volunteered as its secretary and medical director for more than 25 years. Her reputation for promoting quality care for children makes her a sought-after speaker nationwide. Dr. Belmonte. The Honorable D. Gordon Blair. He is a respected jurist whose career as a judge of the Court of Appeal for Ontario has served as a model for excellence. Mindful of the role the court plays in judicial review, his insightful and humane judgments have been precedent-setting, and he is frequently consulted for his scholarly analysis of administrative law. As a founding member and past president of the Canadian Judges Conference, he has worked to safeguard the independence and efficiency of Canada's judiciary. Equally devoted to veterans' issues, he was named Grand President of the Royal Canadian Legion in recognition of his more than 40 years of service. The Honorable Gordon Blair. Maurice Brault. Orfèvre, joaillier et designer, cet artiste a acquis au cours des ans une renommée internationale. Il est actuellement possible d'admirer ses œuvres dans plusieurs musées au Canada, en Europe et aux États-Unis. Conseiller en communication et en design, il a contribué à la mise sur pied de magnifiques boutiques d'art dans quelques-uns de nos musées et enrichi plusieurs collections en faisant des dons importants à diverses institutions. Entre autres, il remettait récemment au Musée de la civilisation de Québec des outils, des instruments, des bijoux, une collection de dessins et des objets décoratifs d'une très grande valeur. Monsieur Brault. Austin Davis. His involvement with Newfoundland's artistic community began in the 1950s, when he displayed his talents both on stage and as a fundraiser. Over the years, he has raised monies to finance a variety of initiatives for a wide spectrum of organizations. As chair of the School Children's Food Foundation, he secured corporate sponsorship for the province's breakfast and milk programs aimed at reducing child hunger. He also advocated for the establishment of the province's Film Development Commission, which has made significant inroads attracting more productions to the region and providing a viable alternative to traditional avenues of employment. Mr. Davis. Jacqueline Desmarais. Elle est considérée comme un des piliers de la vie artistique et culturelle de la ville de Montréal. Afin d'aider et d'encourager les jeunes artistes qui désirent entreprendre une carrière en musique, elle a fondé la Guilde de l'Opéra de Montréal. Elle soutient aussi avec beaucoup de conviction le Musée des Beaux-Arts, le Centre d'architecture, ainsi que plusieurs autres organismes. Elle travaille avec acharnement à encourager le mécénat au Canada et à inciter les gens d'affaires à s'intéresser au monde des arts. Madame Desmarais. R. Roy Forster. He is the curator of Vancouver's breathtaking Van Dusen Botanical Garden, which exhibits plants from around the world. Responsible for the planning, designing, construction, and maintenance of the facility, he has created an important resource center for horticulture that is considered by many to be a national treasure. Due to his extensive knowledge and his unique botanical artistry, the garden serves as a visual library for numerous species of Canadian and exotic plants, which attracts thousands of visitors each year. Mr. Forster. Sheldon J. Godfrey. As a lawyer, businessman, historian, author, and philanthropist, he has contributed greatly to Canadian society. He has co-authored books on Jewish Canadian history and has been instrumental in the restoration of a number of historic building projects in the Toronto area. The founding director of several local historical societies and former chair of the Heritage Canada Foundation, he is determined to demonstrate the inclusiveness of Canada's heritage through its architecture, its artifacts, and its history. Mr. Godfrey. Dale A. Godso. She is a deeply committed community leader who has been advancing women's issues on the provincial, national, and international scenes. Motivated by her personal philosophy that economic independence for women is the cornerstone of equality, she has effected positive social change and provided women with access to the tools needed to compete effectively in the job market. She has played a vital leadership role in community organizations such as the United Way, the YWCA, and CanFAR, generously offering her expertise and abilities. Ms. Godso. Ralph Carl George Hawes. He is an educator, researcher, and professional engineer whose work in the field of civil engineering has earned him widespread recognition. He pioneered the systems concept and development of engineering technology for managing networks of paved roads. His concept is now used by municipal, provincial, state, and federal government transportation agencies in North America and abroad. The author of 10 books and over 300 technical papers, he has also lectured and consulted in several countries. His innovations have resulted in many management and economic benefits for public transportation agencies in Canada and overseas. Dr. Hawes. Stuart M. Hops. He is a remarkable example of the difference one person can make. Over many years, his unrelenting efforts helped to mobilize support on both sides of the Canadian-American border for the protection of the shoreline, wetlands, and watershed of his beloved Lake Memphremagog. His personal influence and dedication have inspired local residents, school children, biologists, lawyers, geographers, and others to become involved in protecting our natural heritage from environmental degradation for the enjoyment of future generations. Mr. Hops. Verna J. Kirkness. Her passion for improving education for Aboriginal people has led to the creation of several learning centers in the province. Professor of Native Studies at the University of British Columbia, she is the founder of the First Nations House of Learning. A unique facility in Canada, it serves as a home away from home, where students may study in surroundings reflective of Aboriginal traditions and culture. A woman of great determination, she has not only created a vision for Aboriginal education, but has also successfully established institutions for the realization of that vision for future generations. Ms. Kirkness. Hectorine H. Laforge. Femme d'affaires dévouée, elle a consacré une importante partie de sa vie à la communauté de Grand Sault et au développement économique et touristique de sa province. Elle œuvre activement au sein de nombreux organismes sans but lucratif, telle la Fondation des Amis de l'Hôpital Général. En reconnaissance de son dévouement dans le domaine du tourisme, elle a été la première femme du Nouveau-Brunswick nommée Entrepreneur de l'année. Elle sert d'exemple du rôle essentiel joué par le secteur privé dans la création d'emplois. Madame Laforge. Roger Lalonde. Il est une des personnes clés de la francophonie de Calgary. Il a apporté une contribution sans précédent au développement de la culture et de l'éducation française à l'échelle locale et provinciale. Avant tout un homme d'affaires, il a néanmoins offert son temps, son expertise et ses services à de nombreuses associations et organisations de la communauté francophone en Alberta et en Saskatchewan. Il est aussi fondateur de l'hebdomadaire francescois L'eau vive, du Centre culturel Sylvain et du Club inter de Calgary. Monsieur Lalonde. Louise Lambert-Lagacé. Depuis plus de 25 ans, elle se préoccupe surtout de la santé des femmes et des enfants, et les 10 volumes qu'elle a publiés ont été pour plusieurs familles canadiennes des guides précieux. Son engagement au sein du réseau des femmes d'affaires a permis l'avancement de plusieurs causes touchant les besoins des femmes. Ses nombreuses interventions dans diverses revues, ainsi qu'à la télévision et à la radio, ont contribué à l'amélioration des habitudes alimentaires de la population. De plus, sa présence au sein du conseil d'administration du dispensaire diététique de Montréal est de toute évidence d'une très grande importance pour cet organisme. Madame Lagacé. Charles Andrew Laszlo. He is the inventor of several remarkable hearing aids. He has used his personal experience and expertise as an electrical engineer to assist hard of hearing persons to reach their full potential within society. His inventions include an innovative device that distinguishes between telephone rings, fire sirens, and other types of alarms. In addition, he is the founder and president of the Canadian Hard of Hearing Association and has been deeply committed to the enrichment of many people's lives through his ongoing service. Dr. Laszlo. William Herbert Lavin. An outstanding entrepreneur, philanthropist, and volunteer, he founded an enterprise with a reputation for fair and progressive business practices. He offered equal opportunities to employees who were also included in the profit-sharing plan, which was one of the most lucrative ever set up in Canada. He is well known for his generous financial contributions to the arts and culture in the Winnipeg area. In addition, he has spent a tremendous amount of time and energy serving on boards of directors for many artistic and cultural organizations, including the Winnipeg Symphony Orchestra and Héritage Saint-Norbert. Mr. Lavin. Richard Martin. Personnalité bien connue du monde du spectacle, ce réalisateur et producteur s'est mérité de nombreux prix. Il a dirigé pendant plusieurs années la section dramatique du réseau français de la télévision de Radio-Canada. La très grande qualité des émissions qu'il a produites ou réalisées est de toute évidence la cause de son irréprochable réputation. Il a consacré plus de 40 années de sa vie au monde du divertissement et a touché tous les domaines du spectacle. Monsieur Martin. John Robert McCaig. He is responsible for the phenomenal growth and diversification of a small family company that he transformed into one of the largest trucking firms in North America. He has also volunteered his time and effort to a wide variety of groups, including the Canadian Olympic Foundation, the McCaig Centre for Orthopedic and Arthritis Research at the University of Calgary, and the Calgary Regional Health Authority, of which he is chair. He has shown exemplary leadership as a corporate builder, an organizer, and an outstanding volunteer. Mr. McCaig. Marnie Paikin. She has worked to improve the welfare of Canadians through her service in the private and public sectors. Her leadership and analytical abilities have made her a valued member of several national and provincial councils on healthcare and education, and her work has led to the implementation of progressive social policies across the country. By promoting cultural and sporting groups such as the Hamilton Philharmonic Orchestra and the city's Canadian Football League franchise, she has become a catalyst for positive change and has helped to build thriving communities while leading a quiet crusade against apathy. Mrs. Paikin. Edward Courtney Pratt. His actions have illustrated his conviction that it is a responsibility of business to take an active role in shaping society. A successful executive and chairman of the Imagine campaign to encourage philanthropy, he has influenced corporations to accept responsibility for the social well-being of the community. Particularly concerned about the future of our youth, he is a founding director of Career Edge, a national youth internship program, and chair of the Learning Partnership, which encourages cooperation between the business and educational sectors. Mr. Pratt. Eldon D. Rathburn. He has produced a diverse body of compositions covering the full spectrum of orchestral and chamber music. Now retired from the National Film Board, he has written over 200 musical scores for feature films and documentaries during a career which has spanned 50 years. His multi-screen production, Labyrinth, became the highlight of the NFB's pavilion at Expo 67, and he has composed music for 5 IMAX productions. His distinct technique of deliberately overlapping different themes, weaving them into a rich tapestry of motifs, is the hallmark of his unique avant-garde style, and has received international accolades. Mr. Rathburn. Jeanne Renaud. Artiste passionnée, elle fut tout au long de sa carrière reconnue comme une pionnière de la danse moderne. Fondatrice de l'école et du groupe de la Place Royale, elle a exercé une grande influence sur cet art. Parce qu'elle s'intéresse également à la musique, aux arts visuels et à la poésie, ses nombreuses créations illustrent souvent l'interrelation entre les diverses formes d'expression. C'est en tant que directrice artistique et chorégraphe qu'elle a fourni à de jeunes talents de merveilleuses occasions de se faire connaître. Elle a fait naître chez nous des carrières qui ont traversé nos frontières. Madame Renaud. The Order of Canada awarded to Gerald F. Rose will be received by his wife, Mrs. Gladys Rose. An active volunteer, he shared his leadership skills and financial expertise with numerous organizations over many years. His advice ensured the financial success of the Western Canada Summer Games and the Canada Summer Games in Saskatoon. While a member of the Board of Directors at St. Paul's Hospital, he made significant contributions to patient advocacy and health reform. The positive influence of his volunteerism, including long-time service as a member of 2 of the city's economic development boards and treasurer of the Heart and Stroke Foundation of Saskatchewan, has made his community a better place. Mrs. Gladys Rose, on behalf of her husband, Gerald F. Rose. Kenneth William Daniel Shields. He has dedicated his life to the development of Canada's athletes and their trainers. In addition to successfully coaching varsity, provincial, and national basketball teams, he was instrumental in establishing the University of Victoria's National Coaching Institute. He is the founding president of the Commonwealth Centre for Sport Development, and his commitment to our country's premier athletic programs continues to ensure excellence in Canadian sports. Mr. Shields. To receive the insignia of Officer of the Order of Canada, récipiendaire de l'insigne d'Officier de l'Ordre du Canada. Gilles Carle. Réalisateur, producteur et scénariste, il a, dès le début de sa carrière, réalisé des films qui lui ont valu des prix importants. Son premier long métrage, La vie heureuse de Léopold Z, lui a mérité le Grand Prix du cinéma canadien. Il est devenu, au fil des ans, l'un des cinéastes les plus prolifiques de sa génération. Certains de ses films ont puisé leur thème au sein de notre patrimoine culturel. Les Ploufs, La Corriveau et Maria Chapdelaine racontent un peu de notre histoire et resteront de toute évidence des classiques de notre cinéma. Monsieur Carl. Thomas J. Courchaine. One of the most influential economists in Canada, his career has spanned 3 decades. In the 1970s, he played a constructive role in the dialogue on financial regulation and monetary policy. In the 1980s and 90s, he focused much of his attention on federal-provincial relations, constitutional reform, comparative federal systems, social policy, and Aboriginal issues. He has written over 200 books, monographs, and articles, and many of his ideas have formed the foundation for government legislation and regulations. Dr. Cruikshank. Ivan Peter Feligy. As Canada's chief statistician, he has continued to build upon the high standards and international reputation he established for Statistics Canada, which remains the world's leading national statistical institute. As chairman of the Executive Bureau of the Conference of European Statisticians, his efforts have led to improved relations between key international statistical agencies, including the Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development, Eurostat, and the United Nations Economic Commission for Europe. He is the first Canadian to be elected an honorary member of the International Statistics Institute. This is a promotion within the order. Dr. Feligy. Louise Fréchette. En tant que première femme à occuper le poste de représentante permanente du Canada à l'ONU, elle a su en toutes circonstances faire preuve de talent et de diplomatie. Autant comme sous-ministre adjointe que comme représentante auprès du G7, elle fut grandement estimée et ses collaborateurs ont unanimement souligné sa très grande détermination et ses qualités humaines. Elle a ensuite relevé un nouveau défi en occupant pendant quelques années le poste de sous-ministre de la Défense nationale avant d'être nommée vice-secrétaire générale des Nations unies. Elle est sans contredit un exemple d'intégrité et de dévouement. Madame Fréchette.
In the UN system, traditionally, there haven't been very many women in senior positions, and therefore the Secretary General's decision to nominate a woman as his deputy has sent a very strong message about his commitment to change that situation and the need for the organization to make room for more women at senior levels.
Louis Garneau. Cet ancien, Cet ancien champion cycliste est l'exemple par excellence de l'homme d'affaires qui a fondé son entreprise et qui en a fait une des plus performantes dans son domaine. Détenteur de plusieurs brevets, il occupe maintenant une place importante parmi les créateurs d'emplois et cette entreprise canadienne de fabrication de vêtements et articles de sport est aussi implantée en France et aux États-Unis. Malgré des responsabilités toujours grandissantes, il collabore régulièrement à des campagnes de financement au profit d'organismes charitables et de diverses fondations. Monsieur Garneau. John Watson Gerard. An acclaimed researcher, he was the first professor and head of the University of Saskatchewan's Department of Pediatrics and established the teaching curriculum for students and residents. Since it was created in 1955, his busy clinic has treated many children with a variety of illnesses, and his care, compassion, and warmth calmed the nerves of fretful parents for more than 40 years. The mention of his name always brings a smile to the many Saskatchewan residents he has treated over the years. Dr. Gerard. Donald R. Getty. He has had an extensive and varied career as a member of the Legislative Assembly, Minister of various provincial portfolios, and Premier of Alberta. His influences on the province have related to the environment, constitutional matters, public expenditures, and Aboriginal peoples. As Premier, he led the development of a unique new governance structure for the Métis people, and he maintained a process of fiscal responsibility which continues today. In addition, he has used his athletic skills in volunteering his time to many sports organizations and clubs in the province. Mr. Getty. Judith Goslin Hall. A leader and world authority in both genetics and pediatrics, she has contributed to the development of resources and services essential to coping with genetic illnesses. One of her many accomplishments has been her medical text, Handbook of Normal Physical Measurements, which is considered an essential reference for all physicians concerned with children's growth disturbances, and which is used throughout the world. Deeply committed to her students at the University of British Columbia, she is a symbol of success, a role model for women, and an inspiration for aspiring doctors. Dr. Hall. Roy Lacko-Heenan. He is one of the country's leading labor lawyers, who has also made significant contributions to academic life and the art world. An expert in industrial relations, he has participated in the preparation of teaching materials used throughout Canada and has been a respected lecturer at Queen's and McGill universities. In addition, his knowledge and appreciation of art have made him a valued advisor and patron of several galleries, in particular the Montreal Museum of Fine Arts, where he is a key member of the Acquisition Committee. Mr. Heenan. Elaine Elizabeth Jolly. As a preeminent gynecologist and obstetrician, she has improved the quality of health care for women across Canada and around the world. A recognized Canadian authority in the study of menopause and osteoporosis, she has established herself nationally and internationally as a highly sought-after medical advisor, researcher, and lecturer. She is an exemplary physician and educator who stands out as a true ambassador for the Canadian healthcare system, especially in women's health. Dr. Jolly. R. Norman Jones. His research has become one of the cornerstones of modern molecular spectroscopy. After joining the newly founded National Research Council in 1946, his laboratory flourished. His numerous publications in the field of spectroscopy are used by many scientists and students. The result of his investigation into infrared and Raman spectroscopy is recognized as a powerful tool in researching molecular structure. In addition, he played an important role at the International Union of Pure and Applied Chemistry, where he was elected president. Dr. Jones. Nuala Kenny. As a valued member of the academic, medical, and religious communities, her contributions have had a profound impact on the quality of health care for patients and their families. Active within the medical profession, she serves on a multitude of committees and brings to each her exceptional skills as a communicator, administrator, and clinician. An authority on bioethics, she is recognized nationally as a leading educator in this emerging field. Her many contributions to pediatric health care, ethics, and teaching have left an indelible mark on Canada's medical community and inspired many young physicians to follow in her path. Sister Kenny. Rosemary Esther Kuptana. She has continued to work to advance Inuit culture and to serve as a leader in human rights. She played a significant role in securing for Aboriginal peoples an equal participation with other Canadians in national constitutional and political processes. As president of the Inuit Tapirasat of Canada, she worked with other leaders to advance self-government for Aboriginal peoples and make important changes to the Migratory Birds Convention. She has represented her people internationally and distinguished herself as an effective organizer, spokesperson, and advocate. This is a promotion within the order. Ms. Kuptana. Micheline Legendre. Marionnettiste de réputation internationale, elle a donné plus de 16 000 représentations et créé plus de 1200 marionnettes. Elle a fait connaître l'art de la marionnette, non seulement au Québec et au Canada, mais elle l'a aussi exporté vers l'Europe et les États-Unis. Pendant quelques années, elle a consacré son temps et ses énergies au Conseil des arts de la communauté urbaine de Montréal, en participant au développement de nouveaux programmes permettant de rendre l'art plus accessible aux jeunes. Tout au long de sa carrière, elle a accepté de transmettre ses connaissances et de partager son immense expérience en donnant des cours qui assureront une relève. Madame Legendre. The Order of Canada awarded to Douglas V. Le Pen will be received by his son, Mr. Nicholas Le Pen. An eminent poet, novelist, diplomat, scholar, and teacher, he excelled in each of these capacities. One of the few Canadian writers to receive the Governor-General's Literary Awards in both the poetry and fiction categories, his writing has influenced Canadian poets and novelists. He held various appointments at the Department of External Affairs and was a spokesperson for Canada at international meetings regarding social and economic policy. As a longtime professor at the University of Toronto, he inspired numerous students. A great Canadian who helped define our identity, he made significant contributions to literature, public policy, and academic life. Mr. Nicholas Le Pen, on behalf of his father, Douglas V. Le Pen. Robert Murray Gordon McConnell. This valve trombone virtuoso is the founding director of and principal composer for the world-renowned big band, the Boss Brass. His artistic accomplishments have earned him 4 Junos, 3 Grammys, and many other awards. He has also played a vital role in encouraging, training, and employing younger Canadian musicians, and he continues to conduct musical education clinics at schools across North America. He is a jazz instrumentalist, composer, arranger, music educator, and recording artist who has contributed immensely to the development of jazz in Canada. Mr. McConnell. Tony Onley. His evocative paintings range from turbulent seas to peaceful snow-capped mountains and portray the striking imagery of the West Coast. His art reflects a deep passion for nature and masterfully captures the essence of British Columbia's countryside with power, simplicity, and grace. His work, which is showcased internationally, has been featured in numerous books and represents a significant portrait of Canadian natural history and heritage. In addition to his art, he has served as an active community member and has played an integral role in fundraising for many culture and social organizations. Mr. Onley. Neville G. Poi. He is an internationally renowned plastic surgeon whose extensive research in trauma has greatly improved the quality of medical care received by accident victims. His innovative surgical procedures have been adopted by surgeons around the world. In addition to his advances in medicine, he has served the Canada-China Child Health Foundation and has succeeded in forging partnerships among pediatric hospitals in both countries. A true philanthropist, he has made a generous commitment of time and resources to the arts, culture, and education. Dr. Poi. Carol Shields. She is ranked among the best English writers today. Her prize-winning novels are enjoyed by people around the world, and as evidence of their popularity have been translated into 24 languages. Known for her impressive historical range, impeccable detail, and elegant prose, she has the power to enthrall readers with her stories, immersing them in the lives and times of the characters. Chancellor of the University of Winnipeg, a professor at the University of Manitoba, and board member of the Writers Development Trust, she is a mentor to aspiring writers, encouraging them to persevere and to fulfill their dreams through the wonder of the written word. Dr. Shields.
Well, I was feeling in very good company, let me say, and very mixed company, because the range of skills and achievements that I saw cited today it's extraordinary. You know, I sat next to a plastic surgeon, applauded a jazz trombonist. Tony Onley, the painter, was sitting close by. People from the world of business, people who have invented things that have improved the quality of life. It was just an amazing demonstration of what the population of this country is made up of.
To receive the insignia of Companion of the Order of Canada, récipiendaire de l'insigne de Compagnon de l'Ordre du Canada, the Honorable Flora Isabel MacDonald. A distinguished former parliamentarian, she has worked to improve the human condition in Canada and around the world. To this end, she has traveled the globe, witnessing firsthand the devastating results of land degradation and the decimating effects of communicable diseases upon the poorest of the poor. As an active member of many humanitarian bodies, including the Carnegie Commission on Preventing Deadly Conflict, Doctors Without Borders, and the International Center for Human Rights, she has become a leading figure in the movement to alleviate human suffering worldwide. This is a promotion within the order. The Honorable Flora MacDonald.
I was just simply thrilled. I mean, it was beyond my wildest dreams that this would ever happen. So when it does, of course, you can only be very, very thankful that it has. But a lot of the reason for awarding me the Companion of the Order of Canada is due to the fact that there are so many wonderful NGOs, non-governmental organizations, that I work with that are doing excellent work in terrible situations around the world.
Gordon Edward Pinsent. A living icon of theater, film, radio, and television, he has become a champion of our national identity and has succeeded in capturing the hearts of legions of fans through his sensitive renditions of our folkways and endearing portrayals of the quintessential Canadian everyman. He has served as one of Canada's best-known ambassadors who has nurtured future generations of Canadian artists by his tireless promotion of our cultural scene for more than 3 decades. This is a promotion within the order. Mr. Pinsent.
It's all tremendously gratifying and complimentary, so I'm pleased, really happy.
Ladies and gentlemen, mesdames et messieurs, this concludes the ceremony this afternoon.
Thank you for joining us for the investiture of the Order of Canada. We hope you found it interesting and inspiring. I'm Elizabeth Bannerman for Rogers Community TV.
And I noticed today we had a trombonist recognized, and it was quite gratifying to see the number of people from I guess, artistic pursuits that were recognized today, as well as the distinguished Inuit lady and people in medicine and science that made contributions. It's incredible to be a part of this group. I'm extremely proud, and as I say, feeling a little emotional about it, I guess.